I had no idea. So, let me go back down. So the recording session was effectively over at that point. So, that's a little story about John's little experience in the studio that happened to him. And so then, the story about John with being on heroin, he had, I don't really know the uptick to that, but he somehow got himself on heroin, and him and Yoko, and they were artists, and they were in pain, and he had to kill the pain. He said they only ever took it to just kill the pain. Such pressure, being in the biggest group in the world and all this, and everybody hates Yoko, and there's a lot of friction. They're barely holding it together, just limping over the finish line, So anyway, sometimes I lapse into different voices, and I need to get back to it's Tom on the overnights, and need some consistency here, Sometimes I get tired, and I'm a little hungover, ladies and gentlemen, so I really tied one on last night, and I got egg on my face, and fell in my plate, I think I told that joke already, but, anyway. So John was a sad case. It's the end of the Beatles. John's just off in the corner, zonked out of his mind on heroin. He's on heroin, for crying out loud. And that was the end of it. That was the end of that. I mean, they pulled it together, did one more terrific album, which is amazing that they pulled out the Abbey Road at the end. They went through Let It Be, and were basically broken up, but then they're like, We need to just do one more. We need to do one more for the record to show the world we are the Beatles. Well, I'll tell you what, they knocked it out of the park. Abbey Road is one of their finest albums. They ended it on a high note. Despite the bitterness, they ended their career on a high note. They won in the end. They won the day. No one will ever touch them. And I think we will continue now with the rest of Magical Mystery Tour on the Overnights with Tom on WDAV. All right, ladies and gentlemen, WDAV is Tom on the Overnights here, and I got a couple of little stories here, a couple of little more stories about the Beatles, and I got a treasure trove of stories about the Fab Four.